Part 1, Introduction and Setting, Detailed. Milo is a young boy who feels bored and uninterested in everything around him. No matter what he does, nothing seems exciting or meaningful. Whether he is at school or at home, Milo finds himself wondering, what's the point of it all? He feels that time moves too slowly and that learning is a waste of effort. One afternoon, Milo comes home from school and finds a mysterious package in his room. The package contains a small tollbooth, along with a map of a strange world called the Kingdom of Wisdom. Although he isn't particularly interested, Milo decides to set up the tollbooth and drive through it using his small toy car. To his surprise, as soon as he passes through the tollbooth, he is transported to a magical world filled with strange places and unusual characters. The world is colorful and imaginative, completely unlike the dull and ordinary world Milo is used to. Milo's first stop is the land of expectations, where he meets the weatherman, who tells him that he must choose his own path. However, Milo quickly becomes distracted and accidentally drives into the doldrums, a gloomy place where nothing ever happens. There, he meets Talk, a giant watchdog with a clock on his side, who helps him escape. This marks the beginning of Milo's adventure, as he slowly begins to discover that the world is filled with wonder and that learning can be an exciting journey. Part 2, The Kingdom of Wisdom and its Problems, Detailed. As Milo and Talk continue their journey, they arrive in Dictionopolis, the city where words are highly valued. Here, Milo learns about the history of the Kingdom of Wisdom and the great conflict that divided it. Long ago, the kingdom was ruled by two wise brothers, King Azaz the Unabridged, who ruled over words and letters in Dictionopolis, and the Mathemagician, who ruled over numbers and logic in the city of Digitopolis. The two brothers constantly argued about which was more important, words or numbers. Their disagreement became so intense that they banished the only two beings who could bring balance to the kingdom, Princess Rhyme and Princess Reason. Without rhyme and reason to guide the kingdom, chaos spread throughout the land. People began to argue over meaningless things, and confusion grew between the cities of words and numbers. In Dictionopolis, Milo attends a grand banquet hosted by King Azaz. However, the meal is made up of words, and Milo quickly realizes that people in this world often speak without thinking. The guests eat their own words, quite literally, and fill up on empty, foolish ideas. King Azaz explains to Milo that the only way to restore peace and wisdom to the kingdom is to rescue the princesses from the castle in the air, where they are being held prisoner. However, the journey is dangerous and filled with obstacles, and King Azaz warns that the Mathemagician will never agree to the rescue. Despite this, King Azaz secretly allows Milo to begin the quest. With Talk and a reluctant companion named the Humbug, Milo sets off on his mission to rescue Rhyme and Reason and bring balance back to the Kingdom of Wisdom. Part 3, Milo's Journey and Companions, Detailed. With his newfound purpose, Milo sets off on his journey to rescue Princess Rhyme and Princess Reason, accompanied by Talk, the ever-reliable watchdog, and the Humbug, a cowardly and boastful insect who was reluctantly assigned to join him. As they travel, they encounter a series of strange and whimsical places, each teaching Milo valuable lessons about the nature of knowledge, language, and perspective. The word market and the power of language. Their first stop is the word market in Dictionopolis, where words are bought and sold like goods. Milo learns that some words are expensive while others are common and cheap. He meets the 5 royal advisors, who constantly speak in synonyms, repeating everything they say in different ways. While exploring, Milo accidentally causes a commotion by mixing up words, proving that language, when misused, can create confusion. From here, Milo and his friends travel through the Forest of Sight, where they meet Alec Bings, a boy who floats in the air because he grows downward rather than upward. Alec teaches Milo an important lesson about perspective. People see things differently depending on where they stand. Milo realizes that understanding other viewpoints is crucial to wisdom. The journey to Digitopolis and the importance of numbers. Next, they venture toward Digitopolis, the city of numbers, where they encounter Drive, Discord and the Awful Din, who create loud and unpleasant noises. Milo learns that sound, like words, has meaning and purpose. Before reaching Digitopolis, they pass through the Valley of Sound, where they meet the Soundkeeper, a woman who has trapped all sounds in her fortress because she believes people do not appreciate them anymore. To free the sounds, Milo steals a small sound, his own whisper, and releases it into the air. This sets off a chain reaction, restoring all sounds to the valley. Upon arriving in Digitopolis, Milo meets the Mathemagician, who, like his brother King Azaz, insists that his domain, numbers, is the most important aspect of knowledge. The Mathemagician tries to distract Milo with impossible tasks, such as finding the largest number, but Milo cleverly navigates through these challenges. Eventually, the Mathemagician, like Azaz before him, secretly allows Milo to continue his quest but warns that the journey will be extremely dangerous. Facing the mountains of ignorance. As they leave Digitopolis, Milo, Talk, and the Humbug approach the mountains of ignorance, where they must face terrible demons representing different forms of ignorance, laziness, and fear. Among them are the terrible Trivium, a smooth-talking demon who wastes people's time with meaningless tasks. The demon of insincerity, who speaks in riddles and nonsense to confuse travelers. The census taker, who distracts people by bombarding them with useless information. Milo learns valuable lessons from each encounter, realizing that ignorance is not just the absence of knowledge, but also the result of distraction, misinformation, and procrastination. Finally, after overcoming these challenges, Milo and his friends reach the castle in the air, where Rhyme and Reason await. However, they must still figure out how to rescue the princesses and escape safely. Part 4, The Rescue of Rhyme and Reason, detailed. Milo, Talk, and the Humbug finally reach the castle in the air, the prison where Princess Rhyme and Princess Reason have been held for years. The castle is a magnificent yet isolated place, floating above the mountains of ignorance and guarded by the most fearsome demons in the kingdom. Meeting the princesses. Upon entering the castle, Milo is greeted warmly by the two princesses, who are wise, kind, and full of understanding. They have been waiting for someone brave enough to restore balance to the kingdom of wisdom. They explain that words and numbers are equally important and that wisdom comes from using both properly. Milo realizes that the kingdom has suffered because people have become too caught up in their own beliefs, refusing to listen to one another. Rhyme and Reason agree to return to the kingdom, but there is one major problem: the only way out of the castle is back through the mountains of ignorance, where the demons have been waiting for their chance to stop them. The escape in the battle with the demons. As soon as Milo and his companions leave the castle with the princesses, the demons of ignorance, who have been lurking in the darkness, begin their attack. Some of the most dangerous demons include the gelatinous giant, who fears new ideas and tries to absorb everyone into his shapeless form. The threadbare excuse, a weak and ragged creature that tries to delay them with endless justifications for an action. The overbearing know-it-all, who drowns others in false wisdom and meaningless facts. The demons chase them down the mountains, growing closer and closer. Milo, realizing that time is running out, urges Talk to move as fast as possible. Just as the creatures are about to overwhelm them, Talk, the ever-loyal watchdog, does something extraordinary. He flies through the air, carrying everyone with him. This surprises even Talk, as he had never flown before. But the princesses explain that anything is possible when you have the courage to try. With this realization, they saw past the demons and safely returned to the kingdom of wisdom. The triumphant return. Back in the kingdom, King Azaz and the Mathemagician are waiting at the gates, along with all the citizens of Dictionopolis and Digitopolis. The entire kingdom celebrates the return of Rhyme and Reason, and for the first time in years, peace and wisdom are restored. Milo finally understands that knowledge, whether it comes from words or numbers, is valuable only when used wisely. The two rulers admit that they had always known the princesses needed to return but had been too stubborn to admit it. Their reconciliation marks a new beginning for the kingdom of wisdom. As the celebration continues, Milo realizes that his adventure is coming to an end. However, he has one final lesson to learn: what will happen when he returns home. Part 5, Milo's Return and Growth, detailed. After the grand celebration in the Kingdom of Wisdom, Milo prepares to say goodbye to his new friends. Though he has enjoyed the adventure, he knows it's time to return home. Before he leaves, King Azaz and the Mathemagician praise him for his bravery and wisdom. Princess Rhyme and Princess Reason remind Milo of the most important lesson of all. There is always something to learn, wherever you are, as long as you keep your mind open. Milo thanks them and climbs back into his small car. As he drives away from the castle, the landscape begins to blur, and suddenly, he finds himself back in his own room, just as if no time had passed at all. Back to the real world. At first, Milo wonders if his adventure was just a dream. But when he looks around, he realizes that something inside him has changed. The world that once seemed dull and meaningless now feels full of possibilities. He notices the books on his shelf and realizes that they contain entire worlds waiting to be explored. He looks out the window and sees the city in a new way. There are interesting people, places, and ideas everywhere. He realizes that learning is not a boring obligation but an exciting journey, just like his adventure in the Kingdom of Wisdom. The next day, eager to travel once again, Milo rushes home from school to pass through the phantom toll booth once more. But to his surprise, the toll booth is gone. It has mysteriously vanished. In its place, he finds a note that reads, "For Milo, who has learned that there is always more to explore. The world itself is full of adventures. You only need to look for them." At first, Milo feels disappointed, but then he smiles. He now understands that he doesn't need a magical tollbooth to go on an adventure, because the real world is filled with mysteries, challenges, and wonders, just waiting to be discovered. With that, Milo steps outside, ready to embrace life with curiosity and excitement. This ending highlights Milo's transformation from a bored, indifferent boy to someone who understands the joy of learning and exploration. Let me know if you'd like any tweaks.